everyone, it's Dude here, and yeah, we're back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where we're continuing this trial. Where last time we were examining video footage, and at the end we decided to call Jake Marshall to the stand. Yay! The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. Oh shoot, I forgot. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. We got this file! Yeah, look at how much evidence we have. So yeah, please don't jump into this video without not seeing the rest of the Rise from the Ashes stuff, because it's a lot of stuff, okay? Catch up, guys, ready? So for SL9 incident, we have the perpetrator, which is Joe Dark. He did serial murder, and the sentence was death. So that's the alleged, we were hinted in the investigation that he might have been innocent. So yeah, he could have been innocent, and the real serial killer is out here there. Probably one of the people we have already met. So that's Jodar got the death penalty for a serial murder, for a serial killing that he might not have done. The victims were Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeff Bates, and then Jake Marshall. His name is Jake Marshall, right? I'm not getting his name wrong, right? That'll be a little awkward. But out of all these people, it does seem like Marshall is the only person who is personally affiliated with one of the victims. He might have been killing this person, I don't know, for personal reasons, and then did all these other killings just to hide, just to make it look like just so that way it doesn't attract attention to him. Whatever. Trial data. We have the head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, witnesses Lana Sky and Emma Sky. That would be pretty psychotic, though. That would be a really big psychopath if he really killed a lot of other people just to make sure that he doesn't get all the attention. That would be a thing a psychopath would do. Anyways, that's Lana Sky and Emma Sky as witnesses, and Edgeworth was prosecuting this case. But apparently Lana Sky was really upset with the prosecutor for this case. Whatever it was, she was upset with the prosecution. Investigation Task Force. So executive investigators Damon Gant and Lana Sky. Both of those people have beef with Edgeworth. Damon Gant especially. Head investigator Bruce Goodman. Investigators Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. Wait, not Lana Sky. I meant Angel Starr. I was confusing with Angel Starr. Oopsies. Alright, Emma and Lana Sky are normal. Lana Sky is actually protecting Edgeworth. Maybe she knows about Damon Gant. She worked with Damon Gant. She might know stuff about him. So Lana Sky is protecting Edgeworth. I messed it up. Oopsies. She's a chief prosecutor. What is she doing is just investigating. Shouldn't she be doing other prosecuting stuff? Maybe that's her origins. Whatever. Maybe Damon Gant promoted her. Whatever. Bruce Goodman's the head investigator. Investigator Jake Marshall, Angel Starr. Both of these people kinda are upset with Edgeworth, but the main thing is Bruce Goodman was the head investigator, and he's been mysteriously killed. Jake Marshall? Well, maybe he saw something in your work and noticed something. Whatever it was, he was probably killed to cover up the SL9 incident. Alrighty. Okay, so we already said that. Awesome. And now we have the guy who drinks lots of water and is now making me want to drink water. Witness, please state your name and occupation. So Emma Sky was a witness to the serial killing. No wonder why she doesn't want to talk about it. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Did I say that already? I forgot. Let's go get me, partner. Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, damn! Oh, I know! You're a patrolman! Wow, Edward, okay, I guess you guys might have beef. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. I mean, you did prep him. Maybe this is part of the act. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgar described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the... Then let's speak of this. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A Desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Wow, we're doing good with the voicing today. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. Alrighty, this is the quickest we got into a testimony, I think. Let's do this. Day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchid. They say I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anywhere, too? If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon. At the time, it went down. Alrighty. I'm just an innocent traveling man. So if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Okay, buddy, let's go, we gotta press on all of this. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Oh my goodness! You know, I think you upsetting the judge, that's gonna make it easier for me to prosecute you later, and to give the judge giving you the non-guilty verdict. Not the non-guilty verdict, giving you the guilty verdict. Giving my client the non-guilty verdict. Okay, you know, wait a minute. What the fuck are you saying? You're gonna get yourself, you're making my job easier. Shouldn't you be making my job harder as a witness? What do you mean by 2 security systems? Why are you incriminating yourself? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Okay, now you really want me to. Now you're really making me want to prosecute you. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? Okay! I'm telling you, there's some sort of drama going on with the prosecutors and the detectives in this case. Anyways, please, we're not streamers. You do not have to have this drama. This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Okay, the judge doesn't like him either. Let's go. This should make things a little easier. We're day of the crime. Of course, it's only gonna be easy in name only. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchid. Hold it! How exactly do you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recordings. You interred them? Entered or interred them? I interred them. I went inside of them. Oh, God! Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. So... Okay, so it took that many trials to give Edgar the tape. Okay, so they definitely had a tape. They checked the tapes. At the most, it would take 6 hours to check the tape. And yet they didn't give Edgar... They didn't give Edgar the tape. They could... I'm telling you, they could just be made... Did they want me to win? Wait a second. Does somebody want me to win? So that way Edgar would be prosecuted? They really try. I know somebody's out there trying to make Edgar look guilty. I feel like Damon Gant. Honestly, I feel like Damon Gant's the murderer. Let's just look at this guy. Look at him. Like he was mean to Edgar and all that stuff. He looks. And he's 65. He's the same age as Manfred for Karma. He's the same age. He's got to be it, right? Same demographic as his previous killer, killer. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. So Damon Gant definitely held off the tape. Each time I erased a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. Okay. Okay, cool. You don't. So he logged his name, but he didn't actually enter the evidence room. Okay, I guess. Whatever. Wait, can I repeat this again? Let me check. Oops. His name's on the record, right? Hold it. How exactly did you keep an eye? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera. Just a caretaker. You just look at the so he's just looking at the recordings apparently. Okay. But isn't he in the thing? If I present right, if I look at this, or do we not have him in the thing yet? If I go check this, no, he's not in this. We can presume that the 777 ID is his, so then we can use that later. But we gotta get that out of him first. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Then what is? Huh? But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I hate these witnesses. I'm afraid I don't understand. No, Desperado, I know lets rules get in his way. Phoenix really does. Being Phoenix Wright, it must be pretty hard. Dealing with these witnesses? No Desperados I know joined the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. What is a Desperado? Phoenix actually used Desperados as a vocab word, so none of means it's an actual word. I thought that was just something he made up. Desperado. The definition of Desperado is an R-rated movie. No, that's I don't care about that movie. Whatever. Give me the definition. A desperate or reckless person. Okay. Okay, buddy. You're calling yourself a Desperado? Okay, whatever. Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Wait, what? Wait, let me see this. Oops, I clicked on a different game. Hold up. The tabs still say it. Okay, what do you wait, hold up. I can contradict this, but... okay, wait. Make your rounds. Okay, I told you ain't my style. So, I just need him to say I feel like I can't contradict what he said. Okay, he contradicts himself here, right, with the evidence. But I'm not sure if, like, that actual part, if that part of his witness testimony counts. Whatever. No, Desperado, I know, lets rules get in his way, and I think this is like, roast him back. And then, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me. Just between you and me, Judge, not between the lawyers who's gonna use this against me. Please, Judge, only you can hear this. Please, give me the non-guilty verdict. I did not make rounds I did not set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, I can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does that guy avoid getting fired? Okay, that is contradictory, but we'll do that later. I gotta press him on this. They're protected by 2 security systems, anyways. You used to be detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a goldmine of evidence. Okay. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite, incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Edward, you're defending the guy who does not like you? He probably doesn't like you. Did he say something that makes it clear he doesn't like Edward? I forgot. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? Alright, let's go. This is the last 2 parts, I think. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon. Hold it! No. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Okay, not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that Parlo's Bengal sepia pasta. Wow, okay, that's a pretty extreme statement to say. It's Angel's store. Do you mean to tell us? I should order lunch from them? You abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Oh, okay, the judge is actually being focused. Wow! So proud of you, Judge. Now I'm gonna go blow my nose. Okay. Where's the... whatever. You know, I'll finish this. You abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. Okay. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This is usually where Edward says, Did you not want to raise this year? Oh, okay, so since Edward's telling him exactly what to say, Edward does not care, wow. Or maybe Edward's afraid of this guy, because there is drama going on. Maybe Edward lost his power. Okay, so Gumshoe gets all the harsh treatment, even though Gumshoe's the best detective out there. I mean, in terms of loyalty and, you know, in terms of, like, his morality and all that stuff. In terms of him being good as a person. But meanwhile, Detective Marshall's probably the serial killer. He might be. I think Damon Gant's more likely. A little bit more likely. I don't know. Either of them easily could be it. Maybe it's Angel Star. It could be it. Everyone's fair game, except for probably. I don't think it's him. I feel like it could be him, but I feel like the killer in this case would probably be the one in the SL9 incident. I feel like they'll be weird. I don't think it's Mike Meekins. Okay, Mike Meekins is not. It's not Edward, because, you know, plot armor. He's gonna be coming later. You know, he's too likable of a character, right? Gumshoe's not, it's not her, because, you know, plot, and it's not him, right? Maybe she is the killer of this case, and just killed the SL9 incident person, and that's why we're gonna forgive her. No, but it's these three, it's one of these three. I don't think it's Angel Star, I do like Angel Star. Not in that way, creep, whatever. Jake Marshall and Damon Gann, it's one of these guys. One of these guys is twice as old as the other person. Their father and son, that's why! That's it! I was like, wait, this Damon Gann's 32 years older than Jake Marshall. Not to mention they look like they have very similar skin color. Okay, I'm gonna get canceled for that. No, but I'm being serious. Look at that. They look like family. They do. And we were wondering how come Jake Marshall got to investigate this? How come Jake Marshall got to investigate this? That means Damon Gann knew about SL9! Or maybe it's just his son. Whatever. There's a correlation. One of them did know about SL9. Whatever. Okay. Damon Gann had to know about SL9. That's why he brought them together. So maybe he could prosecute Edgeworth. It's Damon Gann. I feel like 80% chance it's Damon Gann. Because number one, we're cross-examining Jake Marshall like cruelly right now, but Damon Gann, we never actually did an actual real cross-examination other than like get evidence out of him, right? He just answered my questions. We didn't actually get to do a real we never actually got to pursue him, right? Not in that way, creep. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently, superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I'd better up the ante. So we got a last one, right? They said I was supposed to, if I remember correctly, I was at a street side saloon. I'm just an innocent, so if you're out of ammo, time. Did I say that already? Did I do this already? Out of ammo? Okay, never mind, I already did this. Oopsies. Okay, so cool. Let's use this. Okay, let's go use this. I was supposed to make rounds, but that ain't my style. Which one's the one where he directly says, when it went down? Okay, I feel like I know what I need to point out, but I feel like I'm not sure which part of the testimony I'm supposed to use it in. So I'm gonna save, because, you know, I'm like that. I'm sorry, okay? I'm not taking the stupid risk because, oh my goodness, you're not supposed to do that. Also, they said I was supposed to, but that ain't my style. Oh no, it is your style. Look at these fucking fingerprints. Where is it? I'm just cursing now. Ever since DDLC's really changed everything. Okay. Oh, I guess that's not it. Wow. The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. And the judge is like, huh? I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Wow. Wow. I'm supposed to... I did this incorrectly, quote unquote. Also, even though he directly says, when I press him on this, oh look, I never went in that room. I was at a street song. Okay, I guess I can use that. Okay. Okay, I guess I can use this one. Okay. Or maybe he wants me to use... Maybe I should use the ammo part. Okay. I feel like maybe we should use the ammo. Okay, let's do the ammo part. Ah, god damn it! I clicked. I misclicked. Okay, okay, okay. Let's go do this correctly. Do. Alright, let's go do this. Let's go use the ammo. Let's use our ammo against him. Okay, let's go here. Awesome. Objection! You're wrong, Officer Marshall. I do have ammo! Dun dun dun! But what's a contradiction? Oh, okay, this is a contradiction. Doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? He's like, fuck. I just realized. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Oh, he's really upset. Oh, never mind. Explain yourself, partner. I like you. Unless you're the killer. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. No, but this is not your locker, sir. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood! He's like, oh, that'll explain that. Okay, you see, let me explain this. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away. However, a luminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? He's just like shaving and he's like, please, before you take me to jail, let me shave in peace. This is my last time to shave. I don't think they'll allow a knife in jail, you know. I'll get it from the black market in jail, though, later. But for now, oh, please let me shave. Just so it doesn't look like I'll get a knife later. It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulder. Wow! I take it you have an explanation, then, Officer Marshall. About the bloodstained fingerprints? Oh. Oops, I saw him, so I thought he was speaking. About the bloodstained fingerprints? Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. Well, we have a lot of evidence to contradict with this one, guys. Bloodstained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched my locker, where my fingerprint was, by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. The murderer was wearing gloves? What do you mean? He just took the gloves just fell out, right? So... The witness explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt, so maybe the glove part is the contradiction. I'll use that later. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy's hiding something, I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Alrighty. Bloodstained fingerprints. I should save. Okay, like I said, it's only natural for Shari to save the game before he does this stuff, or he will fuck up and lose his health. Thank you, Officer Marshall, you're really kind. Your kind words make everything. You know, my head's a little lightheaded. I gotta go drink some water, guys, and I also need to use the bathroom. I'll be back. Guys, I'm getting harassed by my nose. It always gets... My nose always stuffs itself up whenever I'm playing a visual novel where I need to do the voicing properly, okay? I was doing a Baldi's Basics recording literally, like, right before this. Of course, my nose didn't get stuffed then, but as soon as I started a visual novel where I need to do voicing... Oh, we gotta stuff you up now, Sharia. Wow, let's do this. Yeah, I'm so proud of myself. Whoa, let's ruin Sharia's video. Let's go. Nobody watches his visual novel videos anyways, but let's ruin it even more. Yeah, let's go. No, that's the real reason why nobody watches these videos, because we stuff him up. Ha! Shut up, nose. It's annoying. You're nosy. It's really nosy of my nose to do that. But anyways, did we do this? That's because, how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That, and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. How, if you only pay your respects once a month, how does your fingerprint stay there for that long? Is that how it works? That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now... All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. If another person put their hand on that, though, wouldn't that keep your fingerprints? Oh, because you're using gloves, right? Is that okay? Heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without even knowing it. Okay, Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. Found on a bloody handprint of Marshall. The print had been wiped. On Marshall's own locker. Okay, it's Marshall's own locker. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. But why was there? Hold it! Why was there blood-stained handprint there in the first place? So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered in my own fingerprints. It just so happened. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Okay. Okay. What a crazy transition. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1! On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. They did not touch any other locker though. Only yours. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere handprint. You wanna know why? Because there's another piece of evidence out there that will incriminate me, and you're messing up. Ha! Take that, Phoenix. Take that! No, we do not take... No. You're saying take that to me? Hold it! How could you? Unrelated? What? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. Okay, now we're bringing this back up, I guess. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. Seemingly I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. What was it? What do you just... What were... The blade stain and fingerprint are completely... Okay. You're not gonna compare that to homonyms? Okay. Okay. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? Hold it. How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. But hold it! The murderer! Where did that blood come? Oh, whatever. Wait, what am I even saying? Was it? I don't even know. That's right, it was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. So they're getting up and they're like, oh, I need support. Let me use his locker to help myself get up, even though there's nothing for me to grab on. Me just holding this locker. Oh, yes, that's perfect. Oh, okay, that sounds like a bad scene going on. Oopsies. Should not be saying this stuff. Are you starting to get a picture, partner? The picture? The seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. Oh, you're saying that this is BuzzFeed now? Okay. You're saying you're calling Phoenix BuzzFeed? Okay, buddy, that's like a terrible insult. That's a really big insult you're doing, and that's just offensive. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape? So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. Whatever. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Too bad it wasn't me in the video, right, partner? Hold it, how do you know about the video? What do you mean by that? Did Edgar tell you the video even though he wasn't supposed to tell you? Edward, you're trying to prep the witness stuff? You want to tie me into this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. And then we'll use the video against him. But that video is next to useless, it's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Yeah, you can crawl. Places you can't see. Yeah, like, look at the floor. The video is panning back and forth, the floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. Which is exactly... Officer Marshall would be perfect for doing that crime. Because he knows exactly where the security tape would go. Where the security camera looks like, because he looks at him all the time. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall is present, please do so now. Let's show evidence. Alright, very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. No, then. Let's have another look at the video. Show us the incriminating evidence of the witness. Officer Jake Marshall. Oh, shit. Okay, we gotta find incriminating evidence? Incriminating evidence against Jake Marshall? Oh, look. How do you know about the glove, right? Let's use the glove again? No, that's not gonna work. Let's keep playing. Where is the evidence against Jake Marshall? Ooh, does he have a knife to shave? Oh! The knife! He uses the same knife Jake Marshall uses to shave. Look at that. I was joking at first, but then I thought, wait a second, this could actually be it. Look, incriminating, the knife. Was I actually correct? That'll be crazy. There! How's that for evidence? Please tell me I was correct. No, it's the same knife, right? Please allow me to apologize for my colleague, Your Honor. He gets carried away sometimes. Ah! Yes, well, this certainly isn't a first. Will you forgive him too, Officer Marshall? He's not a bad man, just a bit disillusioned. Okay, Ezra, I appreciate you saving my health, but like, of course, I'm not one to gun down unarmed boys. Okay, you're just using this to roast me now. Oh great, now Edward is defending me. Guess that means I missed a mark. Okay, that did not help my health. Let's load back. Okay. Like I said, it's okay. Let's go here, so that way we can start. Or didn't you know the movie was wearing gloves? Okay, hold it. How do you know that? Okay, let's go. I gotta fast forward this and save appropriately. Okay, I gotta find something. Oh, it's only natural. Alright, let's go. I guess we have to press on everything so we can get back to where we were. Okay. I guess I'll just be back. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I think this is where I should save, because this is right before I make the choice, right? Not a code record. I want to do options. Save. I think this is the appropriate place to save, okay? Because now I'm like, now this is the part where Officer Marshall's like, oh, do you just want to pin this on me? Okay, you want to tell me that it's crime? If so, the video is the only evidence you have. Okay, but that video is next to you. Okay, places you can't see. The camera panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. I thought the knife could be it. I thought he would have the same knife. He could leave the room without being caught on tape. Well, maybe I'll look in the video again. We don't have any speculations. Okay. Please, there's no evidence in video. Oh, maybe this is the right choice. There's no evidence in the video. I might be walking right into Officer Marshall's trap. I'd better try and find a little more information. It seems you should be moving back to the testimony. Very well. Officer Marshall, can you please give your testimony again? Ah. Okay, maybe I should press everything. Okay. So I guess I'll just press everything again. Damn it. Okay. So respects. The locker happens to be mine. What do you mean? I mean what I said. Okay. That locker when I use okay, broken evidence. He must have okay. Maybe there's a contradiction in here somewhere, so I can use this. One of them just happened to be in the same place as my bloodstained handprint. So then what about the bloody handprint? Was it mine? Okay, just so happened. The murderer touched the locker my fingerprint was by chance. The chances of it happening are 1 to... Okay, good, okay, cool. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Homophones, apparently, those are, okay, relevant. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? I feel like this has to be a contradiction, right? Traces of victim's blood. Oh, right, she was using gloves. Was it the same glove, though? Huh. Where did we find this? No, that was the evidence room, right? Never mind. Alright, let's press. Oh, didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? How do you know that? Maybe a loner. So maybe you have to look at his hand. Apparently, that guy could wear gloves, I guess. Maybe we have to pin it on him. Like, the guy... Maybe we just have to look at his hand. Do we know he's a murderer, though? Other than he just, like, might be an accomplice? I don't know. But I feel like right now, that guy... Right now, I think the theory going on with the courtroom is that he's a murderer. He just dressed up as Jake Marshall to become a security camera footage. I don't even know. Whatever. Show evidence. This is a really complicated case. So let's do this. Ready? Let's. Imagine they do this in one movie. That'll be like pretty complicated. That'll be like a lot of stuff you have to do. Okay. Rewind. Okay. Rewind, please. Oh, not rewind. I mean fast forward. Oopsies. Alright, fast forward this. I think I know what to do. And then pause and show his hand. That's not really his hand, though. Ooh, the hand. Take that! Look at his hand! There! How's that for evidence? Okay. Okay. What do you mean by that? Okay, let me see this again. Oh, I'll try this again. If we don't, then I'm searching with the walkthrough. Okay. I will actually search up the walkthrough if I cannot get this right again, okay? Because I feel like I'm missing something. Very obvious. Okay. Show evidence. I'll look at the court record. Maybe there's something in the court record that I'm missing. Tread carefully. Incriminating evidence of the witness, Jake Marshall. So let's look at the court record. See the attorney's badge. Okay, that's very important. The goodness ID. Okay. Okay, record of parking. I'm telling you, it's the knife. Ooh, traces the victim's blood. If you use this knife against the officer, how come there's no blood of the officer, huh? Huh? Where's that? It only has the blood of the actual victim, not the guy we saw last video, huh? Huh? What about him? Look at him. What's his name? What's your name? Mike Meekins, the patrolman. Ooh, he knows what the patrolman is. That's the evidence. There you go. He attacks the patrolman because he knows who he is, because he's a patrolman himself. There's our evidence, guys. But seriously, I need to know. It could be a watch? No, that's just part of the costume, right? The sideburns? It could be the sideburns. Okay. How do you use a knife and... Okay, I guess you use a knife in a particular way. Again, it's bloody. There's blood stains, but I'm not sure that's if. I guess we can use this locker. Oh look, where did the murderer put their bloody handprint on that? There, how's that? We're gonna search up the walkthrough. I thought the knife would be it. I thought it would be his knife. Like, look at that knife. Right, it could be it. Oh, we're gonna search up the walkthrough while I skip through this. Okay. Let's see. Rise from the ashes. This is becoming a tradition. Okay. Rise from the ashes. You know, I did good job. I did a good job for some of this case, but otherwise, I really messed up. Okay, let's go check this out. The walkthrough for this. There's an ad playing, and Edgeworth is speaking. I'm trying to do this multitask so we can show evidence. I get a Rise from Kingdoms ad. We're talking about power level, and I'm like, bro, please. Alright. Okay, tread carefully. Okay, now let's have another look. Jake, okay. Pause! Let's see, what's this? Okay, so if we move... Okay. After all, you weren't... Okay. Desperado, as I know, joined the police force. Okay. Let me go move ahead to the video. Where is the contradiction in the video, the footage? Okay. Let's see this. What's the incriminating evidence here? If I fast forward this video, where did it go? Where's the incriminating evidence? They don't show it in the video. They don't show this in the tutorial. Oh. What? Wait a second. I don't get this. Wait. Was that? I was thinking this was his locker the entire time, right? Wait, was this not his locker? This locker? I could have sworn that was his locker, this locker, right? I could have sworn that was his locker. Wait, watch this. Oh shoot, I see it now. Okay, I want you to pay attention. Notice? Notice how this is empty, right? Look how empty, this is empty, correct? This is empty, right? This is locker is normal. This locker is normal, right? And then, but look at this. So we go back, we pan back, and then... What is this? Excuse me? Take that. I would not have got that, because I would not have gone to the end like that. I would not have waited all the way to the end. God damn it. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. He's like, the days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? I thought he said temples, and I'm like, your temples, short temples in Texas? I'm confused. And he said, and then I read it like, oh, tempers, okay. 8 words or less? Okay. Very well. This is 8 words or less. You can clearly be seen in the video. In this video. Oh, look at that. 8 words. Amazing. I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. Oh, okay, thank you. You give me a compliment. I like that. I mean, it's still not gonna protect you from prosecution, of course. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. I feel like he might be a tragic hero, though. So, just a tragic character. Maybe not a hero, but a character, you know? Damon Gant's probably it. I feel like it's the 80% chance Damon Gant. The locker with the white claw sticking out. That was the witness, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Okay, we go back. Like Jake Marshall might be the murderer for this case, but I feel like Damon Gant's definitely the serial killer. Just look at him. Look at Damon Gant. I mean, you don't see him right now, but okay. Oh, the white cloth is gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When a crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Wow. Order! Order! It would seem that's the only... Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Okay. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. It's called fingerprint technology. There's nothing obstructing the locker. It's not like the lights were on the locker, right? The lights on the locker was not on, correct? I don't think it was. So the locker was locked. The murderer would have to have your fingerprints. Oh, now you're admitting you're a murderer. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the lock and stuck it in. Okay, you're admitting it. Now you're admitting that you're a murderer. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Yeah, he chose my locker. The murderer chose my locker, which only I can open. What does that tell you? I am the murderer, you fucking fool! Okay, Marshall, you don't have to swear at me. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Alright, ooh, this is it. This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. Oh, I hate to rain on your parade. I was about to say paradise. But you're the only person who can open a particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess we can... Let me just find it. Only the signed, yeah, evidence locker. Only the signed detective's prints can open it. Indicator lights up when it's open. Take that! Fingerprint sensor? Yeah, let me save this, man. Options. Save it. Gotta save this, just in case I mess up and lose my health, because I don't want to game over, you know? Oh, my nose! Not my nose! Okay. Alright, calm down. Bro, there's something stuck in my nose. It was like blocking my breathing and all that stuff. Oh, okay. It was like tickling and blocking my breathing. I was like, no! Anyways, fingerprint sensor. My nose always is so nosy and ruins the video. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. Well, what kind of crazy talk is this? But I mean, I guess if I talk about my nose, it might be funny for some people, you know? Just like how burping is funny for some people, you know, when they're a gaming YouTuber. Whatever. Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't even know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Fuck you. Oh, that's only 2 words. You could use more. Oh, he almost broke down. I did not see this, though. Oh, no! I only got 1 word for you. No! Why are you smiling? Order! Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. Oh, he's actually panicking. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Oh, yeah, I've not seen him suck this before. I guess he does this when he's nervous. Ole! Please answer the question. Oh, okay, I never heard you say that before. What is he now? A bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. Ooh, to the music. I love this. Okay, yeah, this is the big brain music, you know? Where you're gonna... where we're gonna crack down, we're gonna share some crazy information, we're gonna like get into the, you know, the depths of this case. I love this. I don't even know. I'm behind. So I cannot hear the music that loudly. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Over here, right? Right? I was assuming he's over here. Officer Marshall is standing right here. So, Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there. That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory. Your chamber's empty, partner. Better reload. What do you mean? I thought I did it. What do you... Was he actually the person who was attacking a fingerprint sensor? Okay. No way. Oh, we do get to see his funny expression again. He's like, watch this. He's like, he doesn't fight it. I only got one word for you, partner. No, I like that animation though. Like a nice. That could be the thumbnail. But I feel like we already have Officer Marshall in the thumbnail in a previous video, so yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe I'll update those thumbnails. Okay, there's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. I thought the idea was Officer Meekins was doing this, right? Officer Marshall comes in while they're doing that. He steals the stuff, and he goes. So he must be the victim. He must be the alleged victim. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Here. Take that. Officer Marshall was standing right there. There, but that's where the victim Detective Goodman was. No. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I mean, I guess that makes the case easier. I believe the victim I guess it makes the case a lot more simpler instead of like 3 people being in the room at the same time. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. And Edgar's like, shit! But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir! Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me! I was telling you, the knife was the biggest clue, but whatever. Whatever. Nobody listens to me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. I was thinking, if he has his ID card, why can't he show it? But it's because, then Officer Meekins could see his face and realize, oh, this is not the same guy. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? He's gonna keep biting off that meat. You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it? You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Okay. You know you're only getting a judge more pissed at you, then the judge is gonna let me prosecute you more easily. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt? Why can't I click? Did Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. The knife! I'm telling you, the knife! Seems you're the only one. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Ah! This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Edgar's gonna save me? You fool. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I thought you were gonna help me, Edward. Come on. I thought you were a sweetheart. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? Oh, you're helping me. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Huh? Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth... I thought he was about to say, the fact that a white man is sticking out of a locker. I was like, huh? The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Oh boy, we're using the video again. The thing I'm terrible at pointing contradictions at. Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open up his locker. I keep messing this up. Wait, let's see. Let's look carefully. Let's look carefully at this. Okay, maybe I'll get this without looking at the tutorial. What's the glove? Ooh, he had to... Oh, he was looking for a white... He was looking at something in the locker, right? I feel like that's not it. I feel like that's not something... I feel like that's something you cannot easily point at, because that's kind of like a vague thing. It's too vague. It's got to be a specific site, right? A specific object. Okay. We gotta pause in time. Maybe Officer Marshall had a white cloth on him? I don't know. A white cloth. Ooh, to keep his locker open. Why is the locker not open? Why did he have to do that? Ah, shoot. It's on repetition. Let me see this again. Pause. There's gotta be something in the court record. Okay. You can present something, so it might be that. Ooh, maybe the blue badger could be it. I don't know. Death due to a loss of blood. 1 knife wound. Okay, victim's memo. Muffler. The muffler! No. White animal shoes. Huh. I don't know. Ooh, unstable jar. Let's just present this. No. Let me look at the case again. We haven't used the case yet. Let's see. Nope, not helpful. Oh, we're gonna search for the tutorial. Oh, look at this. Oh, maybe it's this. It's not gonna be it. But who cares? Let's present this. No, not yet. I'm gonna go search for the tutorial. I wanna see if I'm right about this unstable jar. I'm probably not. Probably not. Okay. Let's go here. Oh, I know people are like, share your sad of tear. Guys, I'm tone deaf, guys. I'm sorry, okay? I can enjoy music, but I don't know what notes these are. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I already explained this in the Tropico 6 video. Actually, no, that Chapter 6 video hasn't come out yet. Okay, so this is the first time you guys are hearing this. Okay guys, well I'm tone deaf. So meaning like I can still enjoy music, I can hear what's higher or lower, but I cannot. I'm looking at tutorial guys right now. Hold up, I cannot do this. But I cannot hear notes the same way you guys do. It's not as unique to me, so I have no idea what notes are playing in the background. Other than it's pretty high. And pretty happy. It's a major key, because it's happy, that's all I know. But other than that, I don't know what notes this is. What are these notes? So yeah, no, don't, if I'm ever gonna make a song, it's gonna be rap. In fact, I did not even know, and I already explained some of this in the Strawberry 6 video. I don't even. Let's just focus on this, guys. Shipping is unlocked for unknown reason. All right, let's see. What does the walkthrough show us here? I'm fast forwarding. I don't see it. What did he have to? They're rewinding. They're rewinding. The guy's rewinding in the tutorial. What is he doing? What's he looking for? I'm not really sure. Oh, it's a white cloth. Oh my goodness. So that's all I have to do? You're just trying to hide the bloodstain? For some reason you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know what I don't know to what end yet. Yet? However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white cloth you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white cloth coat? You couldn't just walk out like that. Oh, because he has to still walk out and all that stuff. Oopsies. So you hid your coat in your locker. My nose! Ah! Okay. I'm in the middle of awesome stuff, and my nose always interrupts me. This is why nobody watching my videos, at least my visual novel videos, because they're always like, nobody wants to hear me talk about my nose, because my nose always interrupts this. Ah! Not bad, partner. Like we should be able to enjoy the satisfying moment of him admitting defeat. But instead, I'm forced with dealing with his nose. Whatever, anyways. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, I know, this is the pin on it. This is the pin, Edgeworth. I was just like, 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? I'm telling you, he might have been the actual murderer for this case, but I feel like Damon Gant's the actual serial killer. Whatever it is, Officer Marshall did this so that way he can expose the serial killer, because he felt like injustice is done. That's all I know. I think. We all know we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. It seems the time has come. Oh, another testimony. Okay. Do we have to find a contradiction in this? Oh, okay. But this is the last one. Like, you can hear the music, like, it's the Algrove one. See, I can hear this, I can hear the difference between songs, but like, I can hear melodies, I can hear rhythms, but like, don't expect me to know what is this key. I don't know what key is this in. What notes are being played right now? I don't know. I cannot hear it the same way. I had to do it that day. I just couldn't stand by and let it die. In fact, I did not even know singing has notes until like 7th or 8th grade. So that's all I have to say now. To explain, if it's not like that couldn't make it more clear that I'm tone deaf. I did not even hear there's notes in singing. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Alrighty! So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he is the donor. Oh, okay. Okay. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Okay, Marshall's confession. We have to cross-examine that. I'm assuming he's just pressing, though. I had to do that day. I just couldn't stand by and let it die. SL9, I'm assuming? When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since the case was closed. It was going to completely end with a transferal that day. Oh! So you moved... I'm assuming you moved evidence so that way the evidence is safe? Or something? Got it. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? Because his brother died. That day was my last chance. That's why or maybe it's his dad. It could be any male figure in his life. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I plan to take out the evidence. Phoenix, did he not look at the case? One of his family members died. Okay, that explains it. It was it's actual tragedy. Why did he disguise himself as Detective Goodman? He could be like the next Yin Yagi. He could be this case's Yin Yagi, I'm saying. If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera. I mean, detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filing out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint activates luck, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Wait a second, hold up. Are we all targeting on the youngest person in this case? Look how Bruce Goodman, Demon Gant, Jake Marshall, Angel Star, they're all older than Edward. You guys are all just teaming up on him. Like, he's the youngest, of course he's gonna mess up. He's like 22. Whatever. He's like a new prosecutor. And he didn't have Mayford Karma's teachings at the time. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But he could because the rubber glove just happened to get stuck in that door. Which explains that he really did not have any knowledge about the fingerprint system. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Oh. So if you look at this... Alright, Goodman came... I mean, Goodman must have come the day before, I'm assuming. We still don't know who 77777 is, though. Huh. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall! I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID? I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. What? He was correct! He was literally correct, though! It was not Goodman! It literally wasn't! You guys are so unfair. Oh, and now you're gonna bring now you're gonna bring up the raise. So when Officer Marshall did it, okay, that's fine. But Meekins did it. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go check his raise. When did Edward get so much influence? No wonder the police hate you. You have power over them. Anyway, this is why Angel Star doesn't like you, man. He probably deducted her pay. Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. So you knocked Officer Meekins out. That's what he did, Phoenix! I was telling him! That's the knife! That's the same knife! And nobody listens to me. Wow. Again, nobody listens to me. Of course. That's amazing. Wow. Wow. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Oops, wait. I had a feeling we'd all end up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at the files. I meant to keep doing this. I plan to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer to knock him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't make fun on camera. Hold it! So you did your research beforehand. Those who go in the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. Oh shoot, I'm using Aitor's voice! If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing? What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, wait, I was using Officer Marshall's voice correctly. Oops. So what you're saying is, on that day, there wasn't any murder. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Hold it. But a blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What, are you blind? The victim shown on the tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the tape. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Oh. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty? Someone else stole the evidence? Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. What about the pod, though? I thought you said we're acting as if all the evidence disappeared. I don't think the pod was in the footage, right? Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing the detective's ID? Injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. Okay, so we're still not going to talk about deducting his pay, but we're going to deduct Officer Meekins' pay. Wow, wow! This will have serious consequences. Oh, is this sad music? What's going on? Oh, it's this. Oh no. Oh, we're going to talk about his brother, or his dad, or his cousin, or his boyfriend, I don't know. I have no idea who this guy is. No, they have the same last name. No, it's like brother, I'm assuming? Or son. Ooh, it could be his son. Wait, that's a little... child murder is... I feel like child murder would be a little too far for an Ace Attorney game. This will have serious consequences, but I mean, they did frame Maya and stuff. And Cody Hackins was being cross-examined before. You know, whatever. I mean, but they do treat Maya like an adult, though. They treat Emma Skye like a teenager, but they did treat Maya like an adult, though. Like, Larry Butts was calling her cute, and Larry Butts is not supposed to be like that kind of person. You know, he's supposed to be a simp, but he's not supposed to be that bad. And of course, Salmonella. But yeah, I feel like Maya's supposed to be. I feel like the game treats Maya as an adult. So yeah, it can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Well, like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine, and I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I just can't forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Yup, because one of your family members died. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. Okay, you know, I feel like I like Jake Marshall. I like him. He's such a tragic character. I like him like I like Yanni Yagi. I don't think he's a murderer. I mean, yeah, Yanni Yagi was a murderer, but like, I don't think Jake Marshall's a murderer. It's definitely Damon Gann. It's probably him. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murderers. Murderers, not serial murderers. That'll be terrible if there was multiple. Serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down in the trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Phoenix, read that file! Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files. Okay. I guess we present this. You know why? Oh, I know why. Because of this. Wow, this is a really good case. I love this case already. Okay. Check. Which one is it? We need to use the victims. Okay, victims. Got it. Present! Objection. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. This is like, why you need to object? You're like, he's like, do you know why? And you're like, objection! Okay, I think I know the answer, sir. Okay. You answered my, you're good. Okay, I gave you a question, and you answered it, but you don't have to object. Wait, imagine the teacher is like, so, what is 3 times 4? And I raise my hand, and she's like, you. Objection! It's 12. You don't have to object, Phoenix. You can just be like, take that. That's like you don't have to object. It's you can just. I feel like that's the closest you can do with your dialogue, I guess. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. What? I had the SL9 incident filed here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. And a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard his name, the name. 2 years ago. Aww? He received the same lousy prosecutor reward you got. Oh. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall? Oh my goodness, is Damon gonna murder Edgeworth? Is he trying to pin Edgeworth so he can steal the trophy? Is that why he killed Neil Marshall, to steal the trophy? Oh my goodness, that's what the murderer did. The murderer did it so he can steal the trophy. Oh my goodness, he handled the SL9 he handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right, he was killed, and the case fell into your hands. Well, what's his relation to you? He was my brother. He took off the hat. Oh my goodness. She was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. Oh, okay, Damon Gant's probably the murderer, isn't he? He was investigating the murders, he found out Damon Gant was probably it, and Damon Gant killed him before he told anyone. Okay. I feel like it shouldn't be that obvious, so there's probably something else I'm missing. But then at the same time, what was I right about? Never mind. The only case I did not have any spoilers for was like Turnabout Goodbyes, and I had a theory like, oh, the person who like this court believed he was probably the murderer for this case. He probably killed Robert Hammond, but at the same time I did not know that was Yen Yagi, so it didn't really count. I did not know the boat caretaker was Yen Yagi, so yeah. So I didn't really guess the murderer for that case. And for Man from Karma, that was like a plot twist for me too. Even though I did know Man from Karma was a serial killer, I did not know it was for this case and all that stuff. Because I thought I saw him in another game, so that's why. I think I saw him in another game. It could just be the thumbnail. Whatever. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute a killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. Oh. Dark was... Okay, so Dark was the actual killer for that, but what about the other killers? What about the other martyrs? He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. Oh, never mind. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? Okay, yeah, Drew. His brother died. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Oh, yeah, he definitely thinks Edgeworth's a murderer. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Or maybe he just blames Edgeworth in general for the serial murderer getting away. Now we know what happened. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with this resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day, so I guess the reason why they thought Detective Goodman was killed at the same time was because of the security camera footage and all that stuff, and also because of the record and all that stuff, whatever. It doesn't matter. No murder took place at the police department that day. But what about the animation we saw in the beginning of the case? Was the knife actually the same thing? It could be the serial killings, I don't know. It could be anything. It could just be showing 2 years ago. What we saw in the cutscene in the beginning of this case, it could be anything. Whatever. No murder took place at the police department that day. That was my original theory, because when I heard about the murder happening two places at the same time, I was thinking, oh, that's what we saw in the animation, that's what we saw in the cutscene, the opening cutscene of this case. But that's not it, so I'm thinking. No murder took place at the police department that day. Unless that knife guy counted as Jake Marshall, accidentally stabbing Meekins as he tries to fend him off. It could be that. I don't think so, though. Because it's a serial killer case. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. Okay, now we're back to Lana Sky. Oh my goodness. At exactly the same time at the... Oh, my nose! They don't ruin this delivery! Okay. Okay, seriously though. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means a murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was a real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Okay. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky, you know, Edward, they're gonna pin this on you again. Objection. Oh. We still got the pressing pursuit theme, right? We haven't pressed pursuit yet. We did the objection music, but we haven't done that yet. So we gotta do that. But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial! Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained a mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's got a draw on you, partner. Okay, Officer Marshall. But oh shoot, I sort of combined Edward and Officer Marshall's voice to be one. Because I was only doing Officer Marshall's voice for a while, so then I guess his voice leaked into Edward's. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. And the testimony of one Angel Star is completely incontestable. You mean the one where she kept lying? If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Oh, objection. Or! Uh-oh, okay, never mind. Beautiful. I rest my case. Okay, we gotta pull something now. Oh. The music's normal. Okay, I guess we'll have another day. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I don't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. Oh, never mind. We still gotta do this. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that it would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... hold it. Ooh. Oh, Emma! Emma's here! Emma's gone! Let's go! Yes! I keep seeing her in, like, the memes, where she's, like, doing the witness testimony stuff. She's, like, in the witness stand. Well, now she's here. Your Honor! Wait! Emma? The defense has an objection! A scientific objection! Right? What do you mean, right? Oh, like... Mr. Wright! She's talking about your last name, right? Or maybe she's talking about the other Wright, the common word Wright. What Wright are you talking about, Emma Wright? Right! So I'm talking about Wright! Which Wright? I'm talking about Mr. Wright! Who's always right! Get it? Okay, I'm dragging this out. Mr. Wright, are you sure this girl's are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is for a minute of your time. Yeah, they actually treat Emma like a teenager in this case, but Maya, like, they definitely treated her as an adult, okay? So I don't see the problem because, like, the game does treat her like an adult. Like, she's 17, but she is treated like an adult, like she's actually 18. Like, it's only a 1 year difference anyways. And like she was living alone and all that stuff. She's been doing spirit medium training on her own. She basically is like an adult in her own sense because she never even had to go to school because she's been doing all that training and all that stuff. She's already doing a job and all that stuff, kind of. And yeah, so and she's an adult for the rest. She's literally an adult for the rest of the game. And like in Japan, so it's like different, like the way things are considered. So yeah, you can't just treat it like the U.S. Does. So yeah, even though it's Emma 16, Amaya 17, there is a pretty big difference in the way they're treated. Okay, yes, I'm justifying Naruto shipping because I always hated like how whenever somebody does Naruto shipping, they're like, didn't Maya meet Phoenix when she was 17? This makes the whole ship messed up because she met Phoenix as a teenager. Oh my goodness, this whole ship is messed up. So that's like saying like you can't just say that like. Maybe you can point out the age difference, like how it took a while before, if like an appropriate like divide by half by plus 7. But nobody ships in the first game anyways. I just don't like how like I don't ship in the first game. It just I don't like how they use that basis of their meetup. Oh wait, why am I talking about shipping wars, guys? You know that's its own video, okay? But the game treats Maya as an adult, okay? They do not have like those predators. Like well, I don't want to think Salmonella is a predator because I feel like they wouldn't have that in this game. I feel like that would be a little too far. I feel like he's just supposed to be like a creepy dude, but he's not supposed to be like an actual predator like that. Anyways, way to make this video awkward. We're focusing on Emma like doing a huge objection, and I'm talking about shipping wars. Amazing! I'm amazing like that. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Now you know I've spent a lot of time in fandoms. Please hear me out. Mr. Edward, please! I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Alrighty. Witness testimony. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings? Now that she mentions it. The names of both Sky sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day? So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with that crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on the Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured, ooh, you examined it scientifically. Ooh, nice, Emma. But I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again. So, did you find something? No. I'm telling you, Maya is treated like an adult. Like, Larry was even asking Maya. Larry was even asking Phoenix if he and Maya are dating and all that stuff. So she is being treated like an adult and all that stuff. I mean, why am I? Okay, that's enough shipping war stuff. No, huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Huh? Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. Yeah, she is actually treated like a teenager in this, and I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Okay. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright, with regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? Oh, there's a bloody handprint. But if the bloody handprint happened, ooh. It happened in Gumshoe's locker, right? If there's a bloody handprint in the ooh. Where's the bloody hand? Wait, let me look at the map. Right? So there's blood over here. But where did the blood come from, huh? Huh? If that's Officer Marshall's locker, no, that's Officer Marshall's locker. If that's Gumshoe's locker, where did that blood come from? Right? That means something else happened. Okay, that means something else happened. Because, yeah. It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. No, that's helpful for me. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Why was there a handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? That's simple. Could there be something I'm missing? I object. Wait. Yes. Genius. Genius level thinking. Okay. I object. Objection. I don't want to get a non-guilty verdict. I mean, I want to get a non-guilty verdict. I don't want to get a guilty verdict. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. Okay, see no music didn't change? The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes. Oh, I did not know that. Something that, when drawn, would completely change the meaning of that blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use. Wait, isn't it good at buying time? Because whenever I buy time, I end up solving the case, you know? Because, I'm amazing at this. I get the truth. Because, so let me buy time, so that way I can get more evidence to prove that this guy's not guilty. Because, you know, I'm awesome like that. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? She has his code, but no, he could have. No, Officer Marshall never stole his. Officer Marshall never stole Detective Goodman's code. He just stole the ID card. So no. No. Why was the switchblade knife there though? Oh, I think that's Goodman's knife, right? ID of all the. Oh, ooh, ID card record. That could be it. I feel like nothing else really makes sense. No, it's not that. Glove. Yeah. Oh, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Where's this other piece? That's not it. As they say back west, even a blind man can't hit with a buckshot. That is, as long as he's facing the general direction. It seems Mr. Wright's not sure which direction to face. Why are you guys teaming up on me to roast? Come on, it's no use. The more evidence there is, the greater chance of me being wrong. Just calm down, Mr. Wright. Try and remember what the evidence room was like on the day of the crime. What is it that bothered me about his blood mark? At least he didn't lose health. Please allow me another chance, Your Honor. I'll prove it this time. Oh, never mind. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Oh, never mind. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use. Okay. I feel like what was the other one I was playing? Not this. Not that. What was it? Which item can prove something is missing in the floor plan? The evidence? I guess I can do this. Hey, Dad. I mean, I can try every piece of evidence. Never mind. I don't lose health, so I can keep trying. Because I don't lose health in this, so that's awesome. Knew that. They knew it was really difficult. Okay, it's not this. No, no. 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 Blue Badger? That's stupid. I just had to check it out. What about that piece of plywood? What? Oh wait, what? The Blue Badger, the mascot of the police. You're kidding me. Meekins already told us he had the Blue Badger leave, right? No way. I guessed that. I did that as a joke. Okay, the Blue Badger. I saw Marshall like drink. I was like, okay, this is wrong for sure. Are you cool? And I was escaping. I was like, wait a second. He said something different. The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here because didn't they make the Blue Badger leave? So watch what happens when we put him in. Shoot! This is where he was dancing at the time. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. There was a handprint on the Black Badger, right? That means there was something that happened there. The Blue Badger. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at the spot on the locker. What? Why are you being offended? Like, it's not like you're guilty of this. Like, maybe you're just surprised by my amazing skills. That's okay. That's normal. So that means, what exactly does that mean? It means it cannot be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on the locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma. On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So the handprint came before the locker, which would be the 777 guy. Yes, we did it, guys. Awesome. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. Okay, guys, we got it. Because the 777 thing, my nose is blocked. Oh my goodness. Okay, but the 777 thing, the 777 person, he came there before Meekins came in there the first time, right? So that's it. Meekins came there the first time to put the blue badger in, but 777 guy came there before. So that's it. That's the guy who came in there before. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. And all the evidence was disappeared, so that could explain it. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. And let me guess, it's Damon Gann. I don't think it's that. I don't think it'll be that easy. It might be someone else. I feel like it'll be Damon Gann because he's the only character. I think that's the only character we've known so far that is the most likely to do it. It won't be like someone like Lana Skya, of course. So yeah, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time, and Damon Gann has access to the security footage, so he could have blocked the security footage. Awesome, because he might have been the one who went in there, so he didn't show the security footage. He kept it hidden. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. Oh, holy shit! Wow! Oh my goodness! Wait a second. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Wait a second, I need to see this. I need to see this. Phoenix is a really creative person, man. 420! 420! That was 1.5 hours within 4 o'clock! Oh my goodness! Genius, Phoenix, you're fucking genius. I did not see that. I did not see that clue. Okay, yeah, guys. I love the surprises the game gives me when I don't have spoilers to this sort of stuff. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Objection! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found in the locker. Objection. So then, assuming this murder, you pervert, really happened. Okay, now I give him a British voice. A murder. I give him. When did it happen? When did it play? When did it play? What did it? Did you say when did it happen? Where did it place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? To summarize, the defense claims that it's 420. Yeah, we can use ID thing. Prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occurred? As Mr. Edwards said, proof must be presented. And that would explain how the locker was opened, because Detective Goodman opened it up recently. Proof that shows when the murder took place? There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? Okay, let's do this. Let's use this. But why did Bruce Goodman not use his ID? Oh. Whatever. Oh, because he used a substitute, right? If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. Oh yeah. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh! The ID card record! Officer Meekins brought the blue badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. And let me guess, this is a substitute, and Edward was apparently the murderer. Okay, of course. Oh! Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done? No, not that guy. 7777. I never would have figured you had a nerve, boy. No, you're looking at the wrong thing. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminal test the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. They're still gonna put it on Edgeworth somehow. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Miles Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's take a look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 77777777. Did I say the amount of sevens correctly? Did I say the correct amount of sevens? I wasn't really looking. I was just guessing. Tell me in the comments below if I said the correct amount of sevens, guys! Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. Ooh. That's the only plausible explanation. So he trusted that person. Damon Gant! I'm telling you, it's Damon Gant! Why would they look at evidence together? Because Damon Gant needed Detective Goodman to open his locker, right? Yeah, it's Damon Gant, guys. It couldn't have been more clear. That's the only possible explanation. He went in with 77777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777777777. Okay, there's a lot more sevens than I thought. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, okay, never mind. I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 7777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Okay, guys, it couldn't have been more clear as Damon Gant. Also, since the fact that we'll probably gather some piece of evidence that'll incriminate Damon Gant in the investigation, which is exactly when we'll confront him. You know the typical Ace Attorney trope, where we find a piece of evidence that incriminates the murderer. We confront the murderer, because Phoenix Wright never learns. We confront the murderer, and we get beaten up or something. Maybe he tries kidnapping Emma Skye or something, and then we barely save her or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, we gotta do this. We know what's gonna happen. We're gonna confront him. It's gonna be It's gonna be like, no, Phoenix, what the hell, man? Don't do this. You're gonna get beaten up, or Emma's gonna get beaten up, which will be even worse. Okay. Anyways, yeah, it's like 99% chance. It's 99% clear. It's Damon Gant. Oh, Joe Dark is deceased. Okay, we have him in the court record now. Cool. The ID number 7777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Objection, but this is about a murder. But that's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. Let me guess, we're gonna do this investigation. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. Yeah. Don't worry, man. It's not the prosecutor's fault. It's Damon Gant. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I'll appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Let me ask you a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Objection. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 77777. Also, I think I've combined Officer Marshall's voice into Edgeworth's voice in the end. Oopsies. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Okay, I was like, are you just leaving me off like that on a cliffhanger? Do you need the witness to repeat this question, Officer, Chief Prosecutor? Anyways, yeah, I'll be back in next recording. I gotta eat stuff. Yay, I'll be back. Hopefully, soon. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, we're back! Edward's like, do you need a witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? Why is my mouse not working? Okay, never mind. I heard him fine, Mr. Edward. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we occasionally fucked? What? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought Edward like smirking, and we're like, back then we occasionally, and she's like, occasionally, yes. We did sleep with each other, and I was like, oh, that explains everything, man. Wait, what's the age difference? Let's check. He was 22, she was 27, okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah, that could have easily happened. We felt the powerlessness of the law. That would explain why she's protecting Edward, and why Edward was, like, a little, like, uncomfortable doing this case? I'm not sure. Was he? I don't care. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care about her, but maybe she did have feelings. Maybe they were trying to keep it casual. They were trying to keep it casual. She wanted more. Like, look at that. The music. Look, I was correct. I'm onto something. That's when the music's coming. Like, yeah, that's right. Look at that. Anyways, they were keeping a casual relationship, and Edward didn't really want more, but she did, and that's why she started having feelings for Edward when Edward is just doing this for, you know, fun. Of course, there is one fault to the theory. Edward's not straight. That's not you can like I can imagine Phoenix being bisexual, like no problem, but like Edward, come on, him being straight, not no, he's completely gay, man. He's not doing this. Not sure what Lana Sky though. At least I did. And Phoenix is like, but Lana, it's okay. You can just tell them about your false relationship. Emma! No way. They were. Yeah, that would explain it. They had a relationship and she did develop feelings for Edward, but that would make sense. They never had a relationship to begin with. They had a fake one as a front for the investigation. Okay? That makes sense. No wonder Edward didn't fall for Lana. Lana fell for Edward because she was straight, but Edward was not interested in women. Like, look at him. Like, you can just look at the way he speaks and all that stuff. Like, you know he's not into that. That explains everything. Oh my goodness. They had a false relationship. It's like, yeah, this Nisekoi. But, yeah, they had a false relationship as a front. And Lana actually started falling in love with him. And that's when she's trying to protect Edward. Oh my goodness. This is... I figured it out, guys. Wow. Lana! I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime and the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. So that's why we had to put up this fake relationship. Because apparently, couples get privileges. Oh. Defendant! Just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Oh yeah, we were talking about fake evidence. Oops, I forgot about that. Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't? I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. Okay, this is what I remember when I was talking about the spoilers I got for Rise from the Ashes. This was it. It was just the fact that Lana had to bring in fake evidence. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But of course, I did learn something else that, like, it wasn't really Lana's fault. She was just kind of, like, forced to do it. Kind of. I mean, I'm sorry I gave you that, like, minor spoiler. Like, it's really... I gotta get it off my chest, guys. Sorry. So, she was kind of forced to give minor spoilers. No, she was not forced to give minor spoilers. I was forced to give minor spoilers. Actually, I was not forced to give minor spoilers. I made that choice. Sorry, guys. But I do want to explain something. Okay? So, I learned that Lana Sky was, like, told to bring in fake evidence and all that stuff. Of course, Edward did not know anything like that. I mean, as you can tell by his reaction. But the fact that she was told to do that tells you, it gives more suspicion on Damon Gann. So that spoiler adds a little bit more suspicion, but like, I already had a lot of suspicion on him just from all the stuff we saw. It's literally nobody else but him. Like, that's all I need to say. Like, nobody else fits it but him. Like, we already talked about it throughout the episode, guys. But anyways, we did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. Flash, flash, flash. Well, this is like an Indian serial now, just flashing into every character before See, that's what I'm talking about. No. No! Okay, that's kind of like comedic timing where there's like flashes, drama, drama, drama. Order! 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 Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. I guess that worked out for us, but yeah, it was kind of comedic timing where, like, dude, and then he's like, see, that's what I'm telling you guys. Ba 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 ba. Anyways, well, that was crazy. In my opinion, of course. Just in my opinion, because everything's opinion. I just specified that, just in case people thought it wasn't crazy. Well, anyways, guys, that was crazy. So yeah, we got an investigation and then one more trial left. Well, a two-part trial probably. But yeah, that was crazy. Wow, we got a lot of stuff out of that trial. That was crazy. We found out that Jake Marshall was the guy who was in the room. He was one who attacked Officer Meekins. He was one dressed up as him, dressed up as Goodman. So that crime was just a fake murder. And then he was on. But then we also found out that Goodman, the real scene of the crime was still the evidence room. It just happened before. Damon Gant's almost guaranteed to be the one. I mean, I think every player knows it. I think every player can tell this by now. Like if you cannot tell it from the old other clues before, Edgar saying that it's coming from a high officer and all that stuff, like that gives it away. Nobody else has a higher position than him so far. So all the characters you've seen, and yeah. So yeah, it's almost definitely Damon Gant at this point, and we know that the real killing happened in the evidence room still at like around 4:20. Now we know that Lana Sky had to bring in fake evidence and all that crap. It's great. It's amazing. Wow. I wonder who told her. I think it's obvious. It's Damon Gant. So yeah, she probably thought she was doing the right. Maybe she thought that she was doing the right thing. Maybe she thought she was doing the right thing by doing that. So that way, she can kill the serial killer in bars. Because she was a witness. She probably saw how traumatized her sister was. She was 14 at the time, Emma. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff happening. Crazy story. This is amazing. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.